This video is going to be a special one. It's going to be a video for the chosen ones, especially the awakened ones will get it. The awakened ones, you will very quickly resonate with this information. The ones who are awakening, it is something that is going to happen along your journey. So when it happens, just come back to this video as confirmation that I've already talked about it. Especially for the ones who are following me, who have been following me for a while, okay? Now the chosen ones, there will usually be a time along your journey that you're going to feel invisible. You're not invisible because you're wearing some kind of a cloth and it's making you invisible. You're invisible in the sense where people actually see you, but they don't actually see you. They're staring at you, but they don't actually see you. They can't see you, even if they're staring at you. And most of the times it's going to become very confusing. You're going to think, especially the people who have awakened. I know many of you guys have already seen this thing I'm talking about. Chosen people, you have got a very rare type of energy, you know. I've had a chance to travel recently. I just came back from holidays, and I had the chance to experience this thing wherever I went, wherever I was, wherever I went. I've had a chance to experience this thing firsthand, and even to completely confirm that this thing is real. Because I've always tried to find a word for it. And then I eventually decided to call it the invisible or invisibility phenomenon. So this thing is going to become a phenomenon, and you're going to be very aware of it. Now, a chosen person is a person on an extremely different frequency, okay? It doesn't really matter what you've gone through. Yes, you may be vibrating low at some point in your journey, especially if you've been going through a lot of trauma and everything, problems, difficulties. But a chosen one, a chosen person, they have got a special anointing on them. Like I've said in my videos, at a certain point in your journey, when you ascend, when you continue ascending, when you have awakened and you continue to go on this ascension journey, you're going to vibrate at a completely very different and a very rare frequency. That frequency is going to be a bit confusing for most of the people that used to know you, and even the people that are around you in that moment in time. You'll feel like you're doing things people can't understand, you know. People don't understand why you're moving a different way. People are like trying to figure you out. You're going to have a series of events where so many people around you are going to completely struggle to figure you out. They cannot really put a finger on you. Your family members feel like they no longer understand you, you know. They can no longer hear you. They can no longer see you. They can no longer understand you. Sometimes you may see family members trying to dodge around, run around in circles whenever you have a meeting with them or something like that. They may decide not to attend that meeting, even if they attend. Sometimes you're going to see family members looking the other way, you know, trying to fool around. Sometimes they are saying something, but they're looking on the floor. They are not actually looking at you. They are actually completely, I don't know the proper word, but I could say confused about who you really are. You know, they thought that they knew you back in the days when you used to flow along with them, you know, especially for you guys who have been the black sheep in the family. They used to flow along with you very swiftly back in the days. But at this point in time, you're on a frequency that is very, very disturbing for these individuals. And that is when you're going to know. It is going to be a confirmation when that thing ever happens to you. For the most of you who have seen it, you already know what it is. But for the most of you guys who have not yet seen it and have not yet had this experience, that is when you are going to confirm that you are really a chosen one. So there will be sometimes incidents when you will attend particular events. You've been there, everybody was there, people are moving around, jumping up and down, eating, dancing and everything. And at the end of the event, maybe the next couple of days, you will meet people who will actually tell you that they were at a certain event. You will also tell those individuals that you were also actually at that particular event, and they're actually going to confirm that they didn't see you at the event, but you was actually at that event. When it comes to your enemies, it is going to be very uncomfortable looking straight you in the eye, because you see, remember back in the days, those were the guys responsible for playing around with your energy, manipulating, stealing from you, doing horrible things to you. It is going to come a time where they are going to figure out, they are going to struggle to figure out the person that you've become, the version of you that you've become. And especially if you've been around narcissists for a very long period of time, those narcissists, they're going to come a time when they will have a very difficult time to stay around you. It is going to become extremely uncomfortable, you know what I mean? But the invisibility phenomenon happens normally a couple of, I could say, could be months, depending on how well has your healing been. It could be sometimes be years, maybe 1 or 2 years later on. You are going to realize that you are invisible. These things that you're doing, you don't understand where you get the courage to do them, where you get the insights, where you get the wisdom, where you get the knowledge, but you're going to realize there is things that you're doing that you were never ever able to do back in the days. So sometimes you're going to come across people, you know, maybe sometimes you're walking around, you're doing your own thing in the, you know, regular days and everything. You walk around and you're going to feel like sometimes people can't even see you, you know. And even if they see you, you might even sometimes catch them staring at you most of the times, like I've done a video before. But you're also going to realize that they are looking at you, but they're trying to figure you out. They're trying to understand, who is this person? You know what I mean? Who are you? It is something that is baffling their mind, even if they cannot actually come around and tell you this, but they're recognizing the presence of a completely different being that is around them. That is how powerful is a chosen one. So do not be surprised as to why, as to most of the times when you will see, you know, maybe you have seen it already, or you will see a lot of times, you're feeling like wherever you are, wherever you go, you're not seen. And even if you're seen, maybe sometimes you're in the presence of certain individuals, you're not heard. There is something that you're saying that is not clicking in their minds, okay? They are trying to, you know, they are struggling to understand you. You know, it's like you're saying something to them, you're talking to them, you guys are having a conversation. Because remember, guys, at that frequency, you can no longer make the same conversations that you used to make back in the days, you know? Your language has changed. You have shifted, okay? You have awakened, you're ascending, or you have ascended, and you have shifted to a completely different paradigm. And that paradigm is extremely disturbing for the people around you. So sometimes don't be surprised when you are in a meeting and you're talking. Sometimes you're talking something, you're saying something very, very important, very powerful, because chosen people, they tend to have an extremely unusual or rare or different vibe around them, and energy around them, and wisdom around them that most of the people cannot comprehend. So sometimes you may be in a conversation, let's say you guys are having some you know, a normal conversation with people that are going to stand up and they're going to walk away. Or sometimes you're going to feel there is people that are avoiding you. You know, you guys were supposed to meet, let me say you were supposed to go out and meet and do something together, and for some reason they didn't show up. You know, you was there waiting, you have an appointment with somebody, they did not show up. Even if they showed up, maybe they were on their phones reading something, watching something, or they were reading a book, or they were looking around, they were looking on the floor, they were looking up and down. They did not actually recognize or understand or comprehend whatever it is was coming out of your mouth. Chosen people, they are a very strange phenomenon, okay? They are a very strange phenomenon. It may not really make a lot of sense pre-awakening when you are like doing things like everybody else. You know, you can flow like everybody else around you. it will usually happen when you actually, on your time of post-awakening, when you're going through these changes and this, you know, when you're going through a lot of changes, when you're going through an ascension, when you're actually changing everything about you, spiritually, mentally, physically, you're going to experience those moments when you are extremely going to become invisible. And sometimes you're going to also feel like you're unstoppable. So when you ever feel the time when you feel like you have a lot of energy, you know, you're having a lot of downloads, it's like messages are just coming in, information, you know, wisdom, insights, intuition, everything is going to combine. And sometimes that energy is extremely very difficult and very, very high for so many people around you, you know. So that's what they call a chosen person. Many times when we talk about chosen people, some people think, you know, these are guys who are, you know, they try to maybe pretend or trying to be better than some other people. The truth is, on a spiritual level, those individuals, they are different than other people around them. And even some of them are not even forcing it. They are not even trying very hard, okay? They are just flowing in their authentic self. Something that other people cannot do. So it's a completely different vibe for a chosen one. It's not people who are really trying to become or to be better than the rest, okay? It's just people who are trying to flow in their authentic self. And that is something that many people around you cannot do. So as the time goes on, chosen ones, it is something that you're going to experience along your journey. You're going to see it happen around you. You're supposed to know that that is the moment where you reach a certain stage in your life where you are extremely on a high vibration. You may see sometimes your circles becoming smaller, you know. There's people, so many people around you, they have already disappeared. The people that you used to know, family members are no longer calling you, they're no longer coming around, they're no longer visiting you, you know. Sometimes they're dodging you, they're running up and down. Even sometimes when you're with them, you're talking to them, they are not listening. Their mind is going in a completely different area. You're going to feel a difference in energy between you and sometimes the people around you, especially the people that are usually unawakened. Okay, so the guys who don't really know what time it is. Communication is going to become very, very difficult. A lot of things you're going to do is going to become impossible and unbearable to low vibrational beings that are usually around you. So if you have experienced the invisibility phenomenon, I would like to let us know in the comment section below if you already know what I'm talking about. And until then, you guys know that I do love and appreciate your support. You can book a session with me if you want to. You may donate or support my channel if you want to. Everything you need, all the links, you will find them in the description below. And until then, I'll catch you guys in my next one. There's Amos signing out. Much love and blessings. Peace.